Dad was a kind, caring, loving, loyal person. He would do anything to help anyone. He was always happy and had a positive outlook on life. Nothing fazed him. He entertained us for many years with his Elvis impersonations and the Jungle Book. His faith was something else. I've never known anyone to have a faith so strong, and even towards the end he was still praising God. My only regret is that my dad wasn't around long enough to see us growing up and realise what the true meaning of love was. And, and I hope that he knows how much we loved and appreciated him. They do say that you don't know what you have until it's gone, and that is true. And that's why I'd like to say to Angie, James, Michael and Mum that I do love you all.
Take 9. Okay, Michael's asked us to do a video to mark the memory of Dad's death. Obviously, I was at the hospital when Dad died. I was possibly one of the last people to have a conversation with because I was up there on the Thursday. And when I was in the hospital, he had said to him that I was going away to do some food shopping and things like that. And he says, that's good. He says, I want you all to pull together as a family. And he says the only thing that he says that he wished that he'd done was be more of a loving family. Because he never ever brought us up to be like that, which was obviously quite difficult. So, but even since he's been gone, we haven't ever really changed much because we've never ever been brought up to be like that. But anyway, what I miss about Dad, he was honest, he was caring, he helped us out wherever he could, he gave good advice. Obviously, a lot of the time, Dad was disappointed in some of us, the way we grew up and things like that. But when he made a decision about something, he stuck with it. So he was quite determined, but he always let us make our own decisions because whether it was right or wrong, he knew that it would be the right decision in the long run. I always remember the time when I got pregnant with Courtney and he said to me, he says, well, he says, you don't know, you might have AIDS or anything. So he said, and he sort of kicked off a little bit, but he said to me, I don't agree with you being pregnant, but it's your decision in the long run. So whatever you choose to do, I'll stick by you. So obviously I carried on to have the baby, and then along came Courtney. So Courtney was one of the grandchildren that he did get to see. And obviously get up and feed. He fed Courtney, done some night feeds and things because obviously he couldn't sleep anyway. And I kept taking Courtney up to the hospital, hoping that he was going to open his eyes and give her a feed and things like that, but it just didn't happen. But, what else did I miss? Missed the fact that he used to sing, but we still carry on singing. I think me, James, Michael, we got the voices. Don't know about Linda. Linda's quite quiet. She don't really sing much. She maybe sings when she's in the shower or something, but she don't sing in public. Not that I've heard of anyway. Obviously, you've met Murray when we were in Dumfries. So we're married. We've been together now coming up for 10 years. And obviously when he broke the dining room window, back in Dumfries. He's been paying for it ever since because he married me and possibly cost him a bomb of money. So, but yeah, we've got 5 children, and our 4 children, because obviously Dad met Courtney, who all do all right. Don't really see too much of like the family side of things. James is busy with his sort of thing. Michael, never hear from Michael or see Michael that much. Linda I speak to on the phone now and again, and obviously Mum, see her now and again if we go over to visit. But obviously I don't think we've done what you possibly wanted to do. You wanted us to all be a closer family, but I don't think that we are. We're there for each other if anybody needs the other person, but we're not a close family like that. So I find that difficult sometimes with my kids, though, because obviously we weren't ever brought up that sort of way. I find it difficult now to sort of show affection and things like that. If I was to hug my kids, they would possibly think, "Oh, bloody hell, what are you doing?" So, because obviously it's sort of expressing things, it's more the older ones that possibly didn't get that as much, but the younger ones possibly have. But yeah, there's always been a lot of memories of Dad when he was about. I remember buying loads of air fresheners and following behind him every time he farted. So, because I think towards in the time when he was standing in the kitchen dishes and Dumfries, and a cat jumped up at the window and went and scampered away because Dad scared him because he had no hair and spots all over the face. He looked like Freddy Krueger at the time. So, but there's always going to be the memories, the times that we've had together, the time when he had bought this camper van thing, and he had broke down. We were all mucking about in the car, and just kept laughing and joking. He says, "The next person to laugh gets smacked." And that was it. Because the eyebrows were going up and down when he was telling us off like that, I just kept laughing, and we ended up getting smacked for it. So, but yeah, he always gave us sort of choices. And even though if one person chose one choice, like me and Linda played up for a babysitter one night, and Dad said to us, "Right, in the bathroom," he says, "you get a choice. You either get smacked for misbehaving, or and don't go to the fair, or no, and go to the fair, or you don't go to the fair and don't get smacked." So I chose to still go to the fair and take the smacking. So I got that, and Linda got the choice after me. So she went and says, "Well, I don't want to go to the fair." And he goes, "Tough." And she got smacked, so you're getting smacked too. So there you are. You took one for me as well, Linda, so we can go to the fair. So, but yeah, there's always sort of fun memories and things like that, and there's always going to be a huge gap in our lives when you're not here now. But we do think about you, but obviously time's gone on now, and it's easier. But because now I work in the hospital now, and it's easier for me because I've been through something like this myself, to sympathise with some of the families that come in and lose their family members. So, but I'm so like Dad in a lot of ways. I may not be doing the caring work through ministry, but I do voice my opinion a lot. So, through a lot of things. but I also I do the caring side of things in the hospital. And I think Dad always used to say to us, well, if you give 10% to God, you get triple the amount back. So I think we're still waiting for that though. So we gave a lot of 10% when we were younger. So we're still waiting for triple back. So, but yeah, it's easier now to sort of move on and things like that. And I hope in every single one of us, we shine through, or you come through us in different personalities and maybe different ways. So, but I think I'm running out of things to say now, and plus I've got to go do school run now. So, but that's all I've got to say. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.
Hi, it's been such a pleasure making this video for all of you to watch today. It's been so great listening to people's memories of a man so great that he will never leave our lives. Dad was special to me and all our family, and I think the one thing I'll always remember that the fondest of memories was going to the cinema a lot. I know he was a bigger movie fan as what I was, and there are still movies today that I watch that I wish Dad could see. I think one of my fondest memories would have been when he got tickets to see a Christian comedian named Jesse Duplantis. Dad was a big fan of his, and he was going to go with Mum, but unfortunately Mum had to work away. So I took the place, thinking this is going to be a boring night. It turns out it was an absolutely perfect night. Me and Dad had such a laugh. He was so funny, and we had a very special time together, just me and him. Unfortunately, after that night, 2 months later, Dad sadly died. I'll always be forever thankful that I got that one last time to spend, just me and him, and I'll always treasure that in my memory forever. So I'm not going to go on, but for everybody out there who's watching this video, every time you go out with a loved one and spend some quality time with them, treasure it as best you can, because you never know if it could be your last. I know, looking back, if people were to say to me, would you have done anything different with that last night with your dad? I know I wouldn't have changed a thing, because the whole night was perfect, and it will rest happily in my memory forever. So I'm going to let you carry on with the rest of the video, and take care.
Hiya to you all, it's Paul here on behalf of Paul and Jill and the Badhams family. When I got your message, memory of Jim, there's so many memories of Jim that we hold and treasure. Times at college together, times when we used to come to Dumfries to visit you, lots of laughter, lots of fun. Jim was a special guy, special person. I can't believe it's 20 years. There's not a year, a day or week when we don't think about him and you know, have fond memories of him. Just such a character. not only just such a character, but such a good friend, such an encourager, a great man of God, strong faith. I'll never forget the time I went with him to the Christian channel, and we went down there to see Rory and Wendy all them years ago. That was a great time. He came to stay with us for the weekend, and that was great. But just so many happy memories, and even visiting him in his last few days there, you know, things that, you know, made me stop and think and changed me. His faith, his belief, his knowing where he were going. Just a privilege and an honour to have known Jim and to have had him as part of our lives and to share with him. So wishing you all the best, all of you, sending you all our love. You've all got a special place in our heart, and we'll see you soon. Take care and God bless.
I can't believe it's been 20 years since we lost Jim. Sometimes it just feels like yesterday, and then other times it feels like such a long, long time since we last spoke to him or saw him or were in his company. He was taken far too young, and this week we're going to be remembering a lot about him. About the first time we met, him and I met at Kilravik Castle at a youth talk-in 1970. About the times when we were courting and we used to walk over the Tay Bridge and he used to sing to me a song by Jim Reeves called "You're the Only Good Thing That Happened to Me." That was, I think you could say that was our song, because he used to sing that all the time to me. Amongst other songs, especially Elvis, of course, which is what he was doing the first time I saw him. He was doing Elvis and also King of the Swingers at Kilravik Castle. Such a long time ago. There's so many memories, like when he used to take Linda out in the pram when she was a new baby, because in them days when you had a new baby, people used to put money in the pram, and he used to hope that people would put loads of money in the pram and he'd come back with loads of money from this new baby. Loads of memories, too many to mention. I just feel he's missed out on so much. He's missed out on seeing Angela get married, Michael getting married, meeting their partners. Well, he did meet Angie's partner. He met Murray a long time ago when Murray broke our window when he was little. Yeah, so he did meet him. But he's missed out on seeing all the grandchildren. He only ever saw two, which was Ben and Courtney. And come to think of it, I think he did the right thing. 12 grandchildren, would he have coped with that? Yeah. Possibly. Well, he would have been here to help me with it anyway. Yeah. And James is getting married this week, so he would have been here for that. And yeah, he would have been giving James a few choice words as he steps out in married life. He always seemed to have the right words to say, Jim did, to anyone in any situation. He knew exactly what to say. He has been missed so much, and I know I'm with somebody else now, yes, John, but John answers to Jim now because he's got used to me calling him Jim so many times that just you just forget. You just keep saying that, you know, and he just answers to that. This is so difficult doing this video. I'll kill Michael for asking us to do this. But it's good that he's doing this tribute to his dad. And what can I say? We miss him so much. We loved him so much, and we still do. And we still think about him all the time. Anytime we hear an Elvis song, it's Jim. It just don't leave you. And the pain does get easier as time goes on. You get happy memories and you just laugh at them. And I love it when I get together with people that knew him from years back and we can just talk about different things that he did and we can just have a good laugh and remember him the way he was. And all I can say is that he will always be missed. Always. I only hope that one day we will be together again. We all love you. All the family. And we all miss you. You were the head of the family and you left. And it's just not been the same without you. And we just don't feel complete. I know. There's just always that part that's missing. But we love you.
Yes, it's good enough for me. Right. Well, most of you know, this is the core anniversary we've got this weekend, but in another week's time I'm going to be celebrating my wedding anniversary. Yeah, hooray. 23 years, you can say hooray, exactly. 23 years of being married to the same woman, and there she is over there, she's the problem. Right? 23 years they've been married. Now, can you remember back to the time when you were courting? Right? Do you remember back? Can you? Well, I'll tell you. I'm going to tell you a little story about the time when we were courting. We actually met during, you know, in the 70s when they had the power cuts and things like that. Yeah. Right. Well, it was during the power cut that I met my wife. And she's been waiting on the power cuts to come back so she can get rid of me. But anyhow, apart from all that, not only was there power cuts around about that time, but there was also postal strikes in that at that time. Now, my wife comes from Aberdeen. And I came from Dundee. And you can understand that when the postage went off, communicating could be a little bit of a problem. So I decided, well, what can I do? I had to phone, didn't I? I phoned every night and made sure that she was okay. And I'll tell you something, she wasn't long in communicating if I didn't get in touch with her. I can tell you that. Well, here's one of the things that I used to sing to her when we used to meet up again. Put your sweet lips a little closer to the phone. Let's pretend that we're together all alone. I'll tell the man to turn the jukebox way down low. And you'll tell your friend they're with you, he'll have to go. to go. Wonderful ending there, right?
Jesus, tender lover of my soul, partner of my sins and friend indeed, keeper of the garden of my heart. Jesus, thou art everything to me. Jesus, thou art everything to me. Jesus, thou art everything to me. All my lasting joys are found in thee. Jesus, thou art everything to me. What to me are all the joys of earth? What to me is every sight I see? Save the sight of thee, O friend of mine. Jesus, thou art everything to me. Jesus, thou art everything to me. Jesus, thou art everything to me. All my lasting joys are found in thee. Jesus, thou art everything to me. Here I lay me at thy bleeding feet. Deepest homage now I give to thee. Hear thy whispered love within my soul. Jesus,